Hello everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. I've got a process video for you today that is my take on one of the January sketch challenges over in the Paper Issues Friends and Fans Facebook group. You can see the sketch up in the left-hand corner. It was designed by Wendy on the design team there, and it's a single-page sketch. It's got 3 photos on it, some mixed media in the background. I really liked all of those elements. However, while I love the January sketches that they had, most of them were for like 2 or single page photos, or not 2 page, they were for 2 photo or single photo pages. And I have a lot of photos that are like 6, 5, 6 series of photos that need to go together. And so I needed a way to get more than 3 photos done in a layout. So I'm going to make this a 2-page layout, doing kind of the same thing on both sides, but just rotating the sketch for some visual interest, but still tying everything together. This is a process video that I, fingers crossed, hope is going to be the start of my process video a day for the month of February. Leave a comment down below and see if you can take a guess to how long this lasts before I run out of steam or run out of supplies or run out of the time to do it. But my goal is to do a process video every weekday. So Monday through Friday, there will be a new process video up on the channel. So this is the very first one. So fingers crossed, wish me luck. What I liked about the sketch, going back to what I'm doing here, the process, is that it had that banner behind the photos. So I was trying to recreate it with this arrow pattern paper that I had. And I didn't like that it went end to end. I wanted there to be something that looked like a banner, the little triangles cut out of the paper. So I was trying to finagle my way, fussy cut my way through this paper to create those ends. And what I wanted is for them to stick out from behind the lineup of 3 photos. Now, as you can see, well, number one, the background has been sprayed. It's basil cardstock in a really pretty blue color. I think it's called Aruba. And the background has been sprayed with Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in Sparkling Lemonade, the lemonade color. I didn't really let it dry long enough, and I had a paper towel roll. I should have rolled the paper towels over it. So I do end up getting a little bit of it on the back of the photos, the back of the papers, my fingers. Makes for kind of a messy scrapbooking experience, but whatever. Do what you need to do. If you need to let your mixed media dry overnight, that's fine. If you don't have that time, that's fine too. Make it work for you. It's going to be okay. As long as you have those baby wipes handy, those are always something good to have on your scrap desk when you're mixed media-ing. So you can see I tried putting the stuff that I cut down first, and then I was putting the photos down, and I'm like, but you can't see the banners behind it. I cut the photos down to 3x4, and I didn't really want to cut them down any more than that because that was already cutting some of them down pretty close. So I just decided that I still had some of that leftover paper. So I said, I'm just going to take, basically cut it in half so that I would have a piece for the second page of this layout. And I said, I'm not going to do any banner stripping. You can see in the design a little bit that there are like banners there. So for me, that was going to be good enough. So, sometimes you start scrapbooking and you have this idea and then you go to put it on the page and it just doesn't flow the way that you thought it would in your head. And that's okay. You can always, I'm going to save what I didn't use. I'll save it and probably cut it up into individual arrows and use it on something else. So maybe you'll see it this month when I do all these process videos that I'm claiming that I'm going to do. So next up, I've got to figure out the embellishments, and I had already pulled some embellishments from my stash prior to sitting down and starting this. There are some American crafts, some simple stories, and then there's a sticker that actually was part of a reward that my daughter got through Girl Scouts, which I thought would be fitting for this 2-page layout because these are photos of a special Girl Scouts Day at our local Girl Scouts camp that my daughter and her friend got to go to 2 summers ago. And it was a fun experience. They got to swim in the lake and do a ropes course. There were some other things that you could do as well. It was pretty cool. It was very hot. It was so hot that day. And the logistics of getting everyone to the lake. Like they made us park at a school and then they were busing people over, but they just did not have enough buses. I don't think they fully thought that through in advance. But anyway, it was a fun afternoon. We had a good time. And so I wanted to use that Girl Scouts sticker on this page to go along with the photos. So what I've also done is I've taken a piece of scrap paper, it's polka dots, and I did a little triangular corner, in the left bottom corner of this page. So where do you think I'm going to put a triangular corner on the second page? I'll give you a second to figure it out. Tell me in the comments, and in a few minutes, I'll show you. But I'm going to do one on this page and one on the second page because I want to tie these pages together. So you'll see that there are similarities between elements that are going back and forth between the pages. So I'll get to that when I get to the second page. I also have a Simple Stories tag that I'm just popping behind one of the photos, and the title is actually going to go on kind of on top of that. So it's going to serve as sort of a layering piece for, like, that's going to be a larger embellishment cluster there, as opposed to, well, I don't know, as opposed to what? I don't know what I'm talking about. But there's going to be a smaller one up at the top with those three pieces that are up at the top. I haven't put those down yet. But the title words, and then a couple other pieces are going to make a larger embellishment cluster with that tag underneath the photos. And then I'll do something really small in that little triangular corner where I can put a little bit of journaling. If you are not familiar with Paper Issues, I used to be on their design team several years ago, and they do monthly challenges, daily challenges every month. So for January, it was a sketch challenge. So you can go into the Paper Issues Friends and Fans Facebook group, which I'll have linked below, and you can see all the sketches that they posted for January and, get some inspiration. If you're sitting down to scrapbook and you don't know where to start, definitely check out that album, the January 2025 album, because there's a lot of great inspiration in there. I was trying to play along with as many of them as I could, and this making a 2-page out of a single page is one of the ways that I was able to make this sketch work for me and for the photos that I had. All right, so I am just sticking down a little embellishment that's from a very cute Simple Stories collection. It was like a camp themed one, and I love it because it has what looks like a Girl Scout brownie vest in it with patches on it, and I'm going to save that for when I do our Girl Scout brownie troops first camping experience. Those photos are coming up in September, my September 2023 photos, I think. Or was it October? Now I can't remember. I think it was October. But I haven't gotten them printed out yet because I'm still working on August. But I'm making some good progress. So I have high hopes that in just a few weeks, I'll be able to start printing September, and then I'll get to October, and then I'll be totally caught up. I'll be so caught up, I won't even remember these days when I was like super way behind and had a bajillion photos to scrapbook. But I would rather have photos to scrapbook than none at all. So there you go. I'm just adding enamel dots in my clusters of 3, one big, one small, one medium, one small, big, medium, small. And I like to do them in the different colors just for more visual interest going on there. But you can do your enamel dots however you want to. All right, so we've got the second page. Already did the mixed media. Already got that arrow paper going, except this way. On this page, it's flipped 90 degrees. So now it's going up and down, and my photos are not they're not vertical 3x4s, they're horizontal 3x4s. So just changing up the look a little bit, but it's the same, literally the same sketch. Everything is just in a different position. And then there at the top right-hand corner of this page is the polka dot triangle piece. So kind of making a diagonal between both sides of this layout. If you said top right-hand corner in the comments, congratulations. I don't have a prize for you, but I don't know. Thanks so much for leaving a comment. And thanks so much for watching this video. If you are enjoying it and you think it's very helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely do so because, like I said, I'm going to try to do a process video every weekday this month. So you don't want to miss out when those videos go live. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and watching this channel and sticking with me through the highs and lows of scrapbooking. All right, so these photos are ready to go down. I still had some embellishments that I had pulled that I was going to use on this side. So I've got another tag. It's from a Simple Stories collection. I've got another ephemera piece from the Simple Stories camping themed collection. I have another one of those Girl Scout stickers. I have an American Crafts chipboard file, what's the file label thing? I don't, do they have an official name? You know, like the manila envelopes and you have like a label on it. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I'll have to look up and see if there is an official name for that thing. But a little tab. It's a tab. Yeah, that's it. So that's what's going to be going on up there. I wish I had a little bit more embellishments for this page. I think but you know, I think that's the curse of the second page. The first page usually has the title and maybe some of the journaling and like everything goes on the first page, and then you get to the second page and it's kind of like, well, we're tapering things off a little bit. Don't have as much. We don't need a title, obviously, so there's not going to be like a big giant thing on this side of the page, and that's okay. But yeah, I was kind of hoping to find something, maybe like one other thing to add with the tab piece up at the top, and I couldn't find anything. So I just went with what I had, and I'm adding another journaling spot up at the top there. I haven't written anything on it yet because I need to look back in my calendar and figure out what the heck this special day was called. I want to put that down there as well. When I did the journaling on the first page, I just wrote that like, hey, we got to go to this special day at the camp, but I want to actually like record what the day was called, and then maybe also write, that our friend or her friend went to and they hung out. So again, adding in the enamel dots, just like I did on the first page in my groups of 3. And then you're going to see the close-up photos so you can see things in a little bit more detail here. I hope that this video was inspiring for you and that you come back tomorrow to scrapbook along with me, or at least just watch the process video and see what I do. It'll be a surprise for me too. Follow me on social and I'll see you next time. Bye.